for the $8 a month I'm paying for the PC tier, it's worth it. If you game on PC, Game Pass on PC is the best deal. It's going to get you a ton of games to play already and a bunch of new games when they come out. I've been looking for an excuse to buy the Ninja Gaiden Sigma collection forever, and now I don't have to drop any money for it because it's on Game Pass. So that's awesome. I've been looking for an excuse. I would have never bought Outriders. I would have never paid money for it because of the reviews. And now that I played it, I'm going to buy the expansion when that comes out because that's not going to be day one on Game Pass. So yeah, I'm not being paid by Microsoft at all for this. Just fuck it. It's a great deal. Go get it.
How far did you get in Ninja Gaiden?
I got past the initial little bit of it. I beat the nunchuck boss in the beginning. He always gave me shit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of my healing items to beat him, but I got him. He didn't kill me. I haven't died yet in Ninja Gaiden, so that's saying something. 'Cause I used to die a fuck ton at the start of that game.
Every time they re-released that game, they made it like a little easier every time.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah.
I played it originally on the Xbox, like the vanilla Ninja Gaiden. And that gave me a hard time. And then someone told me that Black was harder when they released it, but Sigma's been like the easiest one out of the different ways to play the first Ninja Gaiden. And I played Sigma a little bit on PS3 actually, because my brother was super into Ninja Gaiden. He really loved Ninja Gaiden, so he bought Sigma, and I played it a little. I don't have time to get frustrated with the game, dude. I work full time. I'm married. Announcement to everybody. I told this already, but announced to everybody listening. I have a kid on the way. My first kid on the way. So I don't have time to like get frustrated with the game anymore. And I'm having fun with Sigma. I'm having a lot of fun with Sigma.
Yeah. I think the one thing I know they did to the game was they added more save spots.
Yeah, they added more save spots. I looked into some of the differences. They added more save spots. They took out some of the platforming challenge stuff, which is cool because I fucking hated that in Vanilla Ninja Gaiden. So I'm gonna be really happy to avoid some of that shit. Yeah, they changed out some of the areas. So there's some areas that were like platforming challenges that were super frustrating, and they turned them into like battle arenas and just throw a bunch of enemies at you, which is honestly like that's fine. That's what you're playing the game for, is to fuck shit up. You know, the platform in this game isn't great. Like the game looks good in motion, but trust me, the jumps are very stiff, very committed jumps, and platforming with it's a pain in the ass. So I'm glad that it's not in there anymore, or at least like severely toned down. But no, I'm having fun with it. I like it, and it's not as hard as I remember it being. Maybe because I am playing Sigma and not vanilla, but it's fun. And again, it's on Game Pass, so go play it. Or even if you don't have Game Pass, like what, like $30, $40 for the collection everywhere else. That's like a little over $10 a game because it comes with all 3 games and all the DLC for them. So it's worth it. There's like no graphic options at all for the first game though. So you're kind of stuck with what the game gives you. Like there's no option to change like any textures or even like I couldn't even find an option to change like resolution. I don't know if I just wasn't digging hard enough, but the only graphical options I could find for the first game were like VSync on or off, and like that was it. This is very much like a console port, like hard, but it runs fine. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. There's a lot I want to go over because Sony just had their state of play the other day on June 2nd. So we got some shit to talk about, dude. They fucking hit the ground hard with that state of play with, oh, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. The Resident Evil 4 remake got announced with a very, very strong trailer. Dude, I'm fucking hyped for this game, man. I am so excited. Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game of all time. And to see it getting remade, getting the RE2, RE3 remake treatment, God, it makes me so happy. The trailer shows off a lot of the environments and a lot of what the game is going to look like. It briefly flashes through them, but I'm recognizing stuff because I played Resident Evil 4 to death. So I'm seeing stuff that I remember I remember very clearly how it looked, and to see it remade like this makes me so happy. They haven't shown off any real gameplay yet, but just from what they're showing off in the environment, and honestly, they nailed it with RE2 and RE3. So I have full faith that Resident Evil 4 remake's gonna kick ass. Ah, it looks so good, dude. Just the environment, the character models, that village. Oh god, that village looks so good. Fuck,
So
I'm excited for this game.
for you as a Resident Evil 4 diehard, what are you looking for out of this? Like, what's gonna tickle your taint, or just them doing it at all is already?
Them doing it at all is already getting me excited, and I can't wait to see what they focus on because Capcom, I've noticed with their remakes, they focus on what made the original great. They play to that strength. Resident Evil 2, the remake was very puzzle focused. It was very survival horror focused, keeping hold of your equipment, managing your resources, mapping out the area in your head. It focused a lot on that, which the original did. And then the Resident Evil 3 remake focused more on action, which people forget this. The original Resident Evil 3 was more of an action game. It was very lenient, threw a lot of ammo at you. It added a quick a dodge system to dodge out of enemy attacks, and they carried that over to the 3 remake. And so they're really doing a good job. They're 2 for 2 so far and keeping in line with the spirit of what the original game had. So with Resident Evil 4, if we do the same thing with it, we're going to have a really good game on our hands here. What I hope they bring back is that Resident Evil 4 is a very campy game. That's part of the charm of it. The game's really dumb. It can be really campy sometimes. That's most of the fun. And I hope they're not afraid to play to that. This trailer takes itself very seriously, which is fine. You know, it's a big like game announcement. You kind of have to take yourself seriously with it to get the people looking at you. But I hope they're not afraid to lean into the campy stuff the original Resident Evil 4 had. But honestly, if they move away from that, make it more serious, more grounded, more dark, as long as the fun's still there, I'll be okay with it. And we'll see what they do. I used to be in the camp of like, you know, Resident Evil 4 doesn't need a remake. It's great the way it is. There's nothing I would take out or add to Resident Evil 4 to change it. So even if they just make the game line like shot for shot the same, just with better graphics, that'll make me happy. But we'll see what happens. I don't think they're gonna ruin it, honestly, because even if like worst case scenario, the RE4 remake is fucking terrible. It's a bad game, and I wasted my time getting excited for it, wasted my time playing it. I can still play the original Resident Evil 4. That's not gonna go away. So
Yeah.
but I am hyped for this. I am so hyped for this. And I can't wait to see what they do with it, honestly. But yeah, that was a really, really strong start. I had a feeling they were going to talk about it during the state of play, but I didn't think they were going to like open up with it, which is fucking awesome. And the very next thing they showed off, they kept the Resident Evil train going with the Resident Evil Village announcement getting PlayStation VR 2 support, which is cool. This is the first time I've actually seen PSVR 2 in action because Sony did announce it a while back that they were doing a VR headset for PS5, but I
Yeah.
haven't seen what
Well,
games look like on it yet.
they
I never
showed
went out of my way to look for it.
they teased it with that Horizon thing when they like
They
announced
did,
it.
they did, but I didn't really watch it. But this though, this looks cool. Like it looks like Resident Evil Village, you know, just in VR. And this game's gonna be Resident Evil Village already was like a very intense like first person experience. So to see them translate it to VR and
Yeah.
add that extra level of immersion is gonna be cool.
It looks a little silly at times. I think on
A little
purpose
bit.
because they've
Yeah.
got like there's a part where they have like a shotgun in one hand,
Oh yeah, and a
a
pistol in the
pistol in the
other.
other
Yeah.
hand. Like you could never do that in real life, but and like
Yeah.
juggling guns and shit.
Yeah. Which they did that with the Resident Evil 4 VR remake, not remake, but the VR port for Oculus. They did that with Resident Evil 4 too. Um, to let you hold like a knife in one hand, a gun in the other. So I don't care too much that they kind of did that with this, make it kind of silly. But it makes me want to buy a VR like really bad though.
Yeah.
I can't justify it because there's really not a lot of games for it. Like if I ever bought an Oculus 2, it would literally just be for Resident Evil 4. I can't even play Half-Life Alyx on it, which would like be the other VR game I would play.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to like invest into it because the game support isn't there. But I mean, this looks cool. It's Resident Evil Village in VR. Like, there's really not a lot I can say about it that already doesn't summarize for you. But yeah, so the Sony State of Play started very strong with both of those announcements. We also got to look at Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 being announced. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what Walking Dead Saints and Sinners is. Is it like
This has been on PC for a while? Maybe
yeah.
not this version of it, but like the Saints and Sinners thing has been. It's a VR The Walking Dead game. So
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah. So this looks like the next chapter in that VR game,
yeah,
which like is fine. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of the Walking Dead TV series, if I'm being honest. I watched the first couple seasons, but I fell out of it pretty quickly when
yeah.
I realized the comics were like way better.
I don't think it really. I don't think it has anything to do with the show other than the name. It's a zombie
Yeah.
fucking game. I think they're just using the Walking Dead name
The
for
Walking Dead license. Yeah.
recognition.
But yeah, so they kept the zombie trend going with those first three games,
Yeah.
Resident Evil and Walking Dead. They did keep the VR thing going though, with No Man's Sky announced coming to PlayStation VR 2. I thought that was revealed already though,
I think it
right? Or am I
was.
going crazy?
Yeah, I think it was, but they're like, I don't know. I guess they're saying it again.
Showing it off, yeah. Which I mean, that's fine. You got to show off that PlayStation VR content. You want people to actually buy this, so show them there's already games they can play for it, or there will be games they can play for it. We also got to look at Horizon Call of the Mountain. That got its first gameplay trailer for PlayStation VR 2. Honestly, I wasn't too impressed. Like, I don't really care about Horizon. That's just an IP I don't care about. I'm sorry. I want to, but it felt like every other like open world third person action game I played already in the last like couple years. So I didn't fall in love with Horizon the same way everybody else did. This VR experience looked cool, but most VR experiences look cool on purpose. So I don't know. If you got a VR, if you're gonna get a VR 2 and you just can't get enough Horizon, this is a good option for you. But it's not what I'm gonna buy a VR for, honestly. Honestly, if you go out and buy a VR specifically for this, I think you're fucking up. There I go. I said it. But it looks okay. I mean, it's not
Looks very pretty
it looks
though.
all right. Yeah, it's very pretty.
It looks
No
like it's
denying
gonna be
that.
like
The
a
Horizon
very
games are all really pretty.
it looks like it'll be like a very guided thing, like
Yeah.
like on rails maybe.
Yeah. It looked very on rails from what they were
Like a
showing off.
Universal Studios ride. Like
Yeah.
which is nothing wrong with, but you're probably like gonna do it like the one time and be like, that was fun, and then
Yeah.
put it away.
Yeah. If this turns out to be like an open world, legitimate Horizon experience, I'll eat my words and everything, but I don't think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
It seems like it is going to be a very guided experience, which is fine. That's what you want, but I'm kind of sick of that for VR games, honestly. Like, give me a game. And moving away from that, and a move that surprised me, honestly, they announced that SpiderMan Remastered is coming to PC on August 12th. I didn't see that coming, honestly. Like, I was surprised. And I'm very excited now because I fucking love that Spider-Man game. I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man, and I've said it before on the show, but that's Marvel that Insomniac Spider-Man game is probably the best Spider-Man story we've gotten in a very long time, and I had a
Yeah.
blast with it. I really felt like I was Spider-Man playing it, and to see the remaster coming to PC, that's got me excited enough that I might double dip, honestly. Like Sony's nailing it with these PC ports, dude. Do we know if we're gonna get the full definitive game, like with the Miles Morales expansion, or is that like a separate purchase?
I don't think Miles Morales was included in the
That
original
sucks.
remastered.
It wasn't. It wasn't. But if they're gonna announce like this remaster, they should do a definitive edition with like everything.
Yeah.
Let me look it up. We do this live, everybody. Oh, it doesn't even have a Steam page yet. Thought it would. Oh, that's weird. Oh, there's no Steam page yet.
I don't think it's in there.
Yeah, I don't think it's in there either.
I mean, they would have showed it even
Yeah, they
if it
would have
was.
showed it. It's getting all the DLC though, so but I don't know. They are technically separate games. You don't need one to play the other, but whatever. As long as the price is fair, like I'll double dip. I don't mind double dipping. I had a blast with Spider-Man Remastered. I had a blast with Miles Morales. I don't have a problem double dipping into this. We got a gameplay trailer for Stray, which did get talked about a little bit a couple years back. I think it got announced. We got a quick look at it, but we actually got some extended gameplay to look at this. It's a cat simulator. Like you play as a cat, stray cat, in a kind of cyberpunk authoritarian world. It looks interesting. Honestly, it's kind of seemed like a gimmicky experience at first, but actually seeing the gameplay at the state of play announcement looked really neat and
Yeah.
actually looked very exciting. I kind of want to check this out.
This is coming out like a few days.
Yeah, like in a month.
Like
Wait, what? Really?
it's coming out this month, right?
Oh, July 19th when it's coming out.
Next month.
Yeah, I thought it was this month. But yeah, July 19th is set to come out. And it looks cool. Like I might check this out, honestly.
Yeah. No, this is already on my wish list. It's coming to Steam. Most of the things they showed here are coming to like everything. This is coming to Steam too. So
Oh, so Stray is going. I just checked that out on Eurogamer. Stray is going to be included in the PS Plus, in the higher PS Plus tiers day one.
nice.
So that's nice. I mean, it's not enough to get me to go upgrade to that tier, but it is
Yeah.
nice. You know, if you pay for that, you'll get a nice little game for it. And next, they jumped into the Callisto Protocol, got a gameplay trailer.
Now you posted
Honestly, there's a
about
lot of
this like
talk
20
that it was gonna.
times.
What was that?
You posted about this like 20 times.
I posted it
uh,
once, dude.
once. Okay.
Yeah, like it was like one little thing when they said that so Callisto Protocol started out as a it's a survival horror game that hasn't changed, but it started out as a game in the PUBG universe. They never elaborated how that's going to connect. And then recently they retracted that and said it's not going to take place in PUBG anymore. So I don't know how much that would have affected the game anyway if they just dropped it, seemingly without development getting affected too much. But this looks cool. Like very much the first trailer they showed off where they had any gameplay made it seem like it was a Dead Space inspired game. And now that we see the gameplay to it, yeah, that Dead Space influence is there. And I'm fine with that. I fucking love Dead Space. Any game that's inspired by it or looks like it is getting getting a pass from me, dude. And this looks cool. These creepy creatures, the environment looks really neat. I liked what I was seeing here at this state of play. and I can't wait for this game to come out. That's set to come out later, right? Like much later. Oh no, this year, December 2022. So that'll be cool to look forward to. Don't let the state of play like fool you though. It's not a PlayStation exclusive. That is coming out on
Yeah.
PC and Xbox. So, oh no, just PC and PS4. I think. Hold on. No, I don't care. I don't care enough to look it up. But I don't know. I think it looks cool, man. What did you think seeing that trailer?
It looks dope. I mean, these are the Dead Space guys, so looks like fucking Dead Space.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. I love me some Dead Space. The Dead Space remake isn't set to come out for like another year, right? So this will be a good way to, kind
Yeah.
of, cleanse your palate a little bit before the big game show comes out. And then moving on, we got a look at Roller Dome. That's set to drop this year as well, August 16th. This game looks fucking cool.
Yeah, this looks
um,
awesome.
yeah, dude, it looks awesome. It looks like Jet Set Radio mixed with like Max Payne
Yeah.
in like like a 70s roller derby cell shaded aesthetic, and I'm okay with that. Like this game looks fucking cool as hell. Like it shows off a lot of rollerblading stuff, wall grinding, half pipes, a lot of stuff you expect to see in like a rollerblading game, but with guns, and I'm cool with it. It looks fucking awesome. Look at this. It's got like bullet time and bullet dodging. Like it looks like Max Payne on wheels, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Is this isn't like a PlayStation exclusive either, right? This is going to be on Epic too, I think. Hold on. You can pre-order it on Steam right now. So
Do it.
yeah, don't let that PlayStation State of Play fool you. That's going to be on everything. At least the stuff that matters, PC. And this looks cool. I can't wait till this comes out. And the next game we got, this is actually a game I knew about before it was announced. A Turnite got a really cool gameplay trailer. It's basically like Persona mixed with like Devil May Cry, and I'm all for it. I had heard about this game years ago. On Reddit, some dude posted some gameplay of a game he was working on, and he pitched it as Persona mixed with Devil May Cry. And I loved what he was showing off, but he said, he was the only guy working on it. It's in very, 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 very early stages right now. It's going to be a while before it's out, but he showed off some stuff he was working on. And I was sold on it from that proof of concept. And I kept tabs on it, but, game development takes a while. So I kind of stopped paying attention to it until there's a big announcement. And then I was surprised to see Sony's actually backing it, showing it off their state of play. This game looks cool as fuck. I cannot wait till this comes out. I'm a fan of both of those games. The gameplay looks very fluid, very fast. The characters you could team up with and hang out with look really neat. I looked up some of the dev stuff that he was working on, and the game's going to be fully voice acted. He put a lot of work into each character you can choose. You can choose to romance with. I really liked what I was seeing there, and I can't wait till Eternites comes out. You can wishlist that now on Steam too. It's not just going to be on PlayStation. But it's cool that like I think it's like a small group of people working on this game. And I can't wait till that comes out. It looks fun as hell, dude. I don't know. What'd you think of it? Were you impressed at all with that trailer like I was, or were you just kind of whatever?
It looks dope. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about it, but looks dope.
Dude, I was like, when I saw that, I was like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme, like pointing at the TV. I was like, oh shit, like I know this game. It was really cool to see it, and this is the most like gameplay I've seen of it since that first like little announcement on Reddit forever ago. So I can't wait till this comes out. And then in another really cool release, we got a look at Street Fighter 6. This looks dope. I like the kind of hip hop vibe they're going with. Kind
Yeah.
of reminds me of Third Strike a little bit. That had a very urban hip hop kind of vibe and sound to it, which is what I really like. That's my favorite Street Fighter is Third Strike. So anything that's taken pages from that book, I'm okay with. They showed off the new character Luke quite a bit, and he looks really cool. But the thing that got me most excited that we're going to see in a little bit, on top of the gameplay, which looks fantastic, the game looks really smooth, really pretty. But the thing that they showed off was this like open world experience that I wasn't entirely sure of. Like, what is that? That's like the story mode or something?
Yeah.
I
This
don't
looks
know. Like,
like
they're gonna show it off right here. But yeah, what is this?
looks dope. They don't
They
show
kind of
much of it though.
they don't show much of it at all, but it looks kind of like the you ever played Mortal Kombat Deception? It had Conquest mode is what it was called.
Yeah.
It, yeah, it reminds me of that like really hard. But I don't know, they didn't really show off too much of it. They're just like really quick like, "Hey, here's the thing that we're doing," and that's it. But they did show off two. They showed off four characters. Two of them we already knew were going to be in the game, honestly. But they showed off the newcomers, Luke and some other guy. I don't know his name. Jaime. There we go. But then they showed off, two returning characters, Chun Li and Ryu. Gameplay looks really cool. Like graphically, it's a big improvement over Street Fighter Five, which I did like. I like Street Fighter Five a lot. Not as much as four, but I liked five a lot. But six looks like an upgrade from that. It looks a lot faster than what five was. A little bit more aggressive than what five was, just what they're showing off here. Jaime has some really cool moves that look like they're kind of inspired by like breakdancing and martial arts, which I like a lot. Which is cool because it kind of fits that like hip hop setting that this game's going for.
Yeah. And like the
Yeah,
graffiti art style too.
yeah, dude. The graffiti in the title, the paint effects around the characters when they do these attacks. I don't know if that's like actually going to be in the game or if that's just for the trailer here, but it looks really cool. I like this. I'm getting really, really hard Third Strike vibes, which is again my favorite Street Fighter. So anything that copies that or references that, I'm okay with. I want to know what that open world experience is, though. I want to get some more info on that, but I'm sure like we'll get to see a look at it more, later down the line. But this looked really cool, and that was a Capcom's been killing it the last couple years, dude. They've had some really good games, really good announcements, and they just keep knocking it out of the park, dude. Monster Hunter, fucking banger. Resident Evil 2 remakes, fucking bangers. The Monster Hunter expansion is going to be a fucking banger. Like they've just been hitting banger after banger after banger, and it's great to see Capcom back and hitting their stride. I remember Badcom's dark days, dude, and it's cool to see them kind of rebuilding that good faith again. I'm still hesitant, I'm not going to say that they can do no wrong anymore, but they've been doing a lot to make up for the bad reputation they got in like early 2010s. And I'm excited to see like what else they put out because everything's been fucking great. God, I'm so happy to be alive right now. um, yeah, that's releasing 2023, so not this year, but we got a window at least to see when this drops. I'm probably gonna pick it up day one. I picked up Street Fighter 5 day one. I picked up 4 day one. I'm probably gonna pick this up too. I know I'm part of the problem, but I love Street Fighter. I know what I like. You can't change that. We got a gameplay trailer for Tunic is releasing on Sony systems on September 27th,
Game
which
of the
is
year.
great. Yeah, I know you love this game, and I
Game of the
want to
year.
play it. It's on Game Pass. I haven't played it yet. I really want to, but this game looks phenomenal. You've talked about it quite a bit, and you love this game.
Game of the year.
Are you excited that it's coming to Sony systems? You're probably not going to double dip for it though, right? Like you already
Oh,
played it
absolutely
and you got
not.
your fill out.
But it's
Yeah,
great that uh, other people get to play it now.
yeah.
Sony people get to play it.
If they release like a physical edition with like that manual, would you double dip?
Oh yeah, yep. Yes, I would.
Yeah. I'm not saying the manual by itself. Like you have to buy the game again to get the manual. Would you double dip?
Yeah, I would get. I would pay like 120 bucks for that.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, you really like this game.
yeah,
Yeah, this looks cool. Like I gotta play Tunic already because I did like watching you play it. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and that like manual that fills out as you play through the game, such a neat concept. God, I gotta
it's
play this now. I have it downloaded,
straight up.
but
It's straight up from NES Zelda. Like
yeah,
it's straight up that. Even like down to the maps of
yeah, the artwork on it is very like NES Zelda, and I love it. Like the manual alone is like worth the cost of entry, at least I think so.
yeah.
And to get a cool game around it too is like it's that's even better.
Now the
How did you at the end of the
combat.
day though? How did you feel about the Souls combat though?
Yeah,
Because I know that
that's
was kind of like
it's the worst part.
yeah,
It's the worst part of the game. So if there's anything negative about the game, it's that. But
but it doesn't distract from it too hard. At
well,
least the overall
there's an
quality.
option. There's options in the game where you can disable the stamina bullshit, and
Okay,
you can turn on like a god mode so you can't die, and that's probably a better way to play the game. If I'm being
yeah,
honest. Yeah.
because like
If
most of
there's
the fun really comes from like the exploration, right? Like that's where most of the fun comes from.
yeah, yeah.
I'll have to play it. And it's on Game Pass. I downloaded it the day you recommended it to me. I downloaded it. I just gotta sit down and actually play it. I'm playing too much Outriders, man. That game's been taking up so much of my life. And we got a gameplay trailer for Season: A Letter to the Future. This game got announced a little while ago. We didn't really see much gameplay on it, and now we are. It looks nice. It's a fun little adventure indie game. It shows off some of the biking in the game. There's really nothing I can say about this that's negative, you know. Like it knows what it's trying to do. It's trying to be this exploration game. If you go around locations, explore, talk to people, take pictures of them. You know, I'm not gonna bash on it because the game's doing exactly what it wants to do, and it looks like it's doing it pretty well, honestly. There's like a
Yeah.
fun little mystery to solve, and the game's not offensive to look at. Like it's a really pretty looking game. So, you know, it looks neat. That's all I can say. It looks neat. There's a lot of love and care in indie games that kind of get kind of get lost in the AAA space. So it's good to see Sony putting some attention on that too. You know, some of the quieter games, the quieter, more experiences and less games. It's good to see Sony putting some attention on that, even if just for a little bit. That's releasing this fall, so that's another game to come out to be excited for this year. They ended things off on a pretty heavy note. We finally got a solid gameplay trailer for Fall Fantasy 16. And holy shit, this looks incredible, dude.
It looks good.
Yeah, it does. It looks like Devil May Cry, which is like the
Which is
best
what
thing
I
I can say
wanted.
about it.
Like I wanted them to either go full Devil May Cry or just full like turn-based bullshit. Because the half steps that they were doing in 15 and in
The 7
early
remake,
7
yeah.
remake was just not, it was not hitting.
Dude,
So
same. Like I played the 7 remake and everyone tells it's a great game, and I agree, you know, there's some good aspects to it. But I'm an action game player. Like I play a lot of action games, you know. I play Devil May Cry, I play Bayonetta, I play a lot of those games. And the cardinal sin is that when it takes that half step, you're not satisfying anybody with that half step, honestly.
yeah,
It's too frantic and fast to navigate menus and think about your next move. So that's gonna pull away from like the RPG enthusiasts that want to play the game. but the action combat itself isn't fluid and dynamic enough. There isn't a dodge cancel in Final Fantasy VII Remake for some fucking reason. So I was playing it like it wasn't the best action game, and the experience is cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, I played a bit of it, but if they had just gone in one direction or the other, I think I would have had a more fun time. But 16 looks like it's leaning more into the action side of things, and I'm okay with that. I really, really want to play this game, and it looks like the summons in the game too are having a much bigger impact in the story than in previous games.
Yeah.
It looks like these summons are actually like these godly force of nature beings. So to see what they do is going to be really exciting. You know what? This is the game that Tales of Arise should have been.
Yeah.
You know, when you were playing Tales of Arise, this is what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're getting that. Like, there's some cool stuff going on in there. You know, the game can look as cool as it wants, but from what I'm seeing, it looks like there's a lot of control here in some of the combat. I'll have to wait until like a trailer comes out or something, or like an actual gameplay demo comes out so I can try it, see what it looks like. But this looks like a step in the right direction if they're leaning more into the action side of things. But we'll see what they do. But I'm excited, dude. As an action game fan, I'm excited to see this. That's set to release summer of 2023, so next year we're going to be getting it. Hopefully it's a more complete and finished experience than 15 was, but we'll see when that comes out. I'm not going to... 15 burned me too hard for me to go out and pre-order this game. As good as it looks, I got burned too hard by 15 to go and pre-order this. I'm going to wait till the reviews come out, and I'm saying that right now. What about you? You're going to pick this up day one? You're going to wait for the reviews?
If it's on PC, I'll get it.
Yeah. I don't know if it is going to be on PC. It should, though, right? But Square Enix is kind of weird
You
with
would
their
hope
PC
so,
games.
but it took a year for 15 to hit PC and
Yeah,
7.
it did. Yeah, it did. That's why I'm worried that this isn't going to drop on PC day one, because I don't want to buy a PS5, honestly. Like, even though I can afford one now, they're a bit more available. I don't want to buy a PS5. There's not a lot to justify me buying a PS5. Again, I can afford one. They're out now. They're a bit more available, but it's going to be really hard for me to justify dropping that kind of money on a system when my PC could run most of these games. Strike that any of these games just as well. But we'll see. If it's just on PlayStation, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna skip it, wait till it comes on PC. By then the reviews will be in. I'll know what I'm getting into. Speaking of PlayStation, we got the announcement for the new PlayStation Plus games for June. All games are available starting June 7th. We got a pretty interesting lineup, man. We got God of War on PS4, which is cool. Like, that's definitely like a great PS4 game. I got to get back into it. I never finished it. I didn't like how close the combat was, how close the camera was to my back. I didn't like the camera for the combat. But was it you that told me that once the game clicks, though, like it's going to start feeling pretty good, but it takes a while for it to click?
Um, yeah, it's doing like, I don't know, like what it's doing like deliberate shit. I mean, it's a very different experience than, well, definitely from like the past God of War games, but it's like they're definitely going more. Uh, I don't want to say like Dark Souls, but it's almost it is kind of doing that stuff where it's like,
Yeah,
you
the
know, like the
combat's a bit more
R1.
like deliberate, and the combat's a bit more like, how can I word it? I guess deliberate is like the best term to really use for the
Yeah,
combat, because the
but it's
game
like
has a way it wants you to play.
it's made so that cameras never fight. Like you never get, even if there are like multiple enemies, it never like fucks you. You're only getting attacked by one dude at a time.
Yeah.
So it wants
I'll
you
have
to
to
like,
get back into it. Like,
yeah,
I wasn't jiving with it when I initially started, but I think I just need to be in the right headspace for the game to like click with me. to really get into it. Now that it's free, like I can download it again and try it instead of having to dig through my physical games here. Um, we also got Nickelodeon All Star Brawl, which I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting. That's gonna drop on PS4 and PS5. That, to those of you who don't know, that's the Smash Brothers Nickelodeon Smash Brothers clone, which had a lot of potential to be fucking awesome, but they couldn't get any of the licensed music for any of the games that are represented, or any of the shows that are represented in this game. And it has like no voice acting either. So that's a really hard hurdle to come over. But now that it's free on PS Plus, I'll give it a shot and I can actually try it and judge it on a gameplay perspective. But a huge fun of these crossovers is seeing the characters represented in a way that, you know, you can understand and remember,
Yeah.
and not licensing the music, not having voice actors. You know, that's a huge blow to it, really, for the crossover scene. But it's going to be on June 7th. It's going to be available to download on PS4 and PS5, so I can actually give it a shot and play it. I've been looking for an excuse to play this game forever, but I don't want to drop money on it because I know what kind of experience I'm going to get. But I can give it a shot and see how it feels now. We also got, which I was not expecting either. We got Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. I know I kind of skipped over that in the order of the show notes, but I really want to talk about Nickelodeon first. I'm not a fan of the Naruto franchise in general. I heard the Shinobi Striker games are pretty fun, but I never played them.
No idea.
If I remember reading that right, it's a 4v4 8-player game. That's
Yeah.
insane, dude. Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ, that is crazy.
I've never seen it. I don't know anything about it. So
Yeah, I don't know anything about it either. It's probably another like anime arena fighter, which I'm not like super into.
yeah.
But I've heard the Shinobi Striker games are actually pretty solid. Everyone tells you those are like the arena fighters that like every other anime arena fighter's trying to be, but they never quite do right. I don't know. They're all dropping June 7th. It's not going to cost you anything but your time, so check them out. God of War for sure. At least download get that if you get any of those three games.
Only
Chances
the
are though, if you own a
PS4
PlayStation,
version.
you have God of
Does that
War.
not have a PS5 version?
It's a good question. I don't know. Look it up. I'm sure it's available through backwards compatibility, but I don't know if it has like any PS5 specific features.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you have a
Oh, God
PS5.
of War was already included in the PS5 PS Plus collection, remember?
Oh yeah,
So maybe
okay.
that's why. Maybe that's why it's not available
Well
again
then
because
why is it
it's
here?
already there to download.
Oh, because you get that's only on PS5. Then this is the PS4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that makes sense. So that's cool. Um, Also moving on to Game Pass, we got a good selection of games there too, man. We got a For Honor Marching Fire Edition is available now on cloud console and PC for Game Pass. It looks dope. I mean, For Honor's been around for a long time. It's got a lot of expansions. It's not even recognizable from the game it wasn't originally launched. I haven't played it yet, but now that it's on Game Pass, I have a chance to give it a shot without having to spend any money on it. So that'll be cool to try. Then you got Master Collection's also available. That's available on console and PC now. Played the first one, like I said earlier. Plays great, feels good on PC. No complaints on my end. Assassin's Creed Origins is also available on Game Pass. That's dropping June 7th for cloud console and PC. Always wanted to try Origins, but
Yeah.
never had a chance to because I didn't want to drop the money
Good.
for it. Now that it's on Game Pass, I can give it a shot. I've heard good things though. Oh, you've played all the Assassin's Creeds, right? Like, how's Origins play? Does it feel good?
Uh I've played them, but they're long as fuck, so I'm not like
Yeah.
I haven't finished one in a very long time. But
Ubisoft. I mean, you guys know Ubisoft. Every Ubisoft open world game very long, filled with a ton of stuff to do. which could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what game you're trying to get. Um, Again, I'm a grown ass man. I don't have enough time really to drop into too many games at one time. So I'll probably play it, get into it, and never finish it. But we'll see. It's on Game Pass, so it's not going to cost me any money. Chorus is also dropping June 7th for cloud console and PC. This game I've actually heard of a little bit. It's like a space exploration adventure game. I've heard about this game a little bit. I've heard the biggest complaint I heard is that it starts very slow, but once the game starts to unravel, there's a lot of good stuff there if you give it the time to like really grow and breathe. And now, it's on Game Pass. It'll be on Game Pass June 7th, so there's a chance to like try it. It's not going to cost you anything but your time. Disc Room is also dropping on June 7th. Cloud console and PC. Did we talk about this game already? I feel like we talked about this before.
Like a little bit when it came out, just like the
Yeah, it's that
trailer.
Devolver Digital game with the randomly generated like buzzsaw maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game looked cool. That's great. I like Devolver. I like their shit. Oh, excuse me. So this will be really cool to see. I'm definitely gonna play that once that's available. Then Space Lines from the Far Out. That's also gonna be dropping cloud console and PC on June 7th. I don't know anything about this game. Oh, it's a roguelike co-op management game about airlines in space.
Oh.
That might be interesting, actually. That's like a funny little cooperative experience. Okay, I'm into it. That looks cool. You should check that out. We should stream that on June 7th. See what that's about. Oh, excuse me. And then in some quickie news, we got a new announcement from BioWare. They're announcing their next game, Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Not too much to show off, really, just kind of talking about it, teasing it. I want to get into the Dragon Age game so bad, but I don't know where to start with them.
Just
You
play
know,
the first one.
they're
That's it.
that's what everyone tells me. I played the first one a bit and I liked it, but I never finished it. I should get back into it because I did like what I was playing. It reminds me of those older Dragon Age RPGs, Knights of the Old Republic, which I fucking love, with
Yeah.
the medieval setting, so I'm cool with that. I just need to get back into it and buckle down and play it, honestly. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time to play as much as I used to, but I want to get into Dragon Age because I just want another game to fall in love with. But everyone tells me that like the sequels are like not great, so I'm worried about like getting into it, loving it, and being disappointed by Dragon Age 2 and what was the last one they did?
Inquisition.
Ah, Inquisition, yeah.
I don't think all the stories, like, I think they all exist in their own like time frame. Like, it's not like a continuation of anything. Like it's not like Mass Effect where you got to play one
Like
and
your
then play
choices
two, then
directly
play
carry
three.
over, yeah.
I think it's all like they're individual. They stand alone.
Okay, so I might give that a try then. So we'll see. They talk about Dreadwolf a little bit in this post on their website, just who the Dreadwolf is in terms of like Dragon Age lore. Um, I don't know anything about Dragon Age lore, so I'm not gonna even bother to read this because it's not gonna make any sense to me. They did promise they'll have more about Dragon Age Dreadwolf later this year, so that'll be cool to see. I'm curious to see what kind of engine it runs on. It's gonna run on that what was that engine Mass Effect Andromeda ran on? Was a Dice engine, right? I wonder if they're
The
gonna stick with that Dice engine or
Frostbite.
they're gonna move to Unreal. Frostbite, yeah. Or if they're gonna stick with the Frostbite engine, they're gonna do something more, more flexible like Unreal, but we'll see. Because the last couple games are on Frostbite, right? Andromeda, Anthem, and I think Inquisition run on Frostbite too, didn't
Well,
it?
that was the thing they were saying, is that like EA was forcing everyone to use Frostbite. That's why all the games are shitty.
Yeah, so hopefully. Oh, excuse me. Oh, God damn it. Excuse me. So hopefully either A, like they're going to work out some of the kinks in Frostbite, or B, they're going to just move away from it and let the devs use something more flexible like Unreal. But we'll see. We'll see with it. We haven't even got any gameplay or trailers for it. They just basically announced that it's happening. It has a name, and that's it. We'll hear more about it later this year. And some actual trailers and videos. We got a gameplay trailer for Sonic Frontiers. And I gotta say, man, I'm not impressed. I was
Yeah,
kind of excited to hear of like an open world. Excuse me. Sorry. An open world Breath of the Wild style Sonic game, but honestly, I've seen like indie open world Sonic projects that look better than this.
the the thing is, this doesn't look like a product that's ready to be shown yet.
Oh, it does not.
It's like it looks like a tech demo. Like,
Yeah, it does.
hey, here's what we're planning. Uh,
Like
we're gonna
this
come back.
looks like a tech demo, like sandbox thing to kind of show off some assets.
Yeah,
And the tracks and stuff floating in the air, like definitely don't help with that aesthetic. Um, yeah, it doesn't look great. Honestly, I think showing this off right now did more harm than good. I've been super hesitant on Sonic games for a very long time. I like Sonic Adventure Battle when I was a kid, Adventure Battle 2, but
yeah.
I haven't played them in years, so I can't even tell you if they're still good or if I'm just nostalgia.
Well, those games were never
But
good,
this,
but like,
yeah.
you liked them because they were bad.
But this though, this doesn't look good at all. Oh, excuse me. Fuck, what's wrong with me? The graphics don't look great. Well, graphics look okay, but the animations are moving around are very stiff looking. Seeing get knocked out of the air and just stiffen up and then fall straight down. Like it looks off. All the animations look really off. Like I
There's,
can't describe it. There's some polish needs to be done, I think.
they put out another one that shows combat. I haven't seen this one yet, but I don't know. It just looks like it's
It
not.
looks
I
really
mean,
rough
obviously it's
and
not
finished.
finished, but it looks like it's not started yet either. It's like not.
It's like they have the ideas and stuff put together, but not like
Yeah,
the polish behind it yet. Like to make it work and exist like cohesively together and unified. I sounded very, very obnoxious the way I said that and snobby, but you know what I mean, though, right?
yeah. But that's what it looks like. They're still
There's,
like in like the concept stage, and they're not.
yeah,
There's like no game here yet. It's just like, yeah, here's what we're planning on doing. Check it out, and you're like, okay, but why are you showing this? This is like not. This is not ready to be looked at
yeah,
by
it does not
people.
look ready to be looked at. When is that supposed to come out? Ever release date? Oh, it's coming out this year. Don't say that.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, dude. Yeah, quarter 4, 2022. Oh no. And it's coming out on like everything. Switch to PS5, dude, everything. Oof, I don't have a lot of faith in this game, man.
Yeah.
To show off something like this that looks very, very unfinished and rough, and to announce that it's coming out this year on multiple systems with very different architecture, like, I'm gonna be surprised this game like runs well at all. Like, I'm gonna be surprised this game is playable on release, honestly. Damn it, I was really hoping this would be fun. I was
I
hoping this
swear
might be
this is
like
the
that
map from
good Sonic game.
Phantasy Star Online 2.
You think so?
I
Does it look like
swear
it?
it is. I mean, there's no like distinct landmarks, but I swear it's that map.
I'm really, really worried about this. When they first announced like an open world Sonic game like Breath of the Wild, I was like, okay, cool, that could be something cool. That's something different, something fun. And I don't know if this game doesn't have enough time in the oven or what, but I kind of hope it's delayed, honestly, because I don't think whatever this is going to be ready this year. Ugh, I don't like being negative, man, but I don't have a lot of good stuff to say about this. Let's move on. I'm like upset now. I'm sorry, Sonic fans, but I mean, you're used to it. I'm sorry. Moving on, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet got its second trailer, which showed off a little bit more of the game. Graphically, I like the way it looks. Like, this is what Sword and Shield kind of should have looked like, I think. And it looks like Pokemon battles are actually like taking place in the area you meet the trainer in instead of like teleporting you to some random battle screen. So that's really interesting. The game looks a lot more open than Sword and Shield was. Like it looks like the wild area stuff, but all over. So that'd be really cool to see. Oh, I don't know because like I'm super hesitant on Pokemon. As someone who loves Pokemon, I've played all the games except for the second gen games for random bullshit reasons that I want to get into. I gotta say, I'm a little excited for this, but I'm worried that they're not gonna do enough different to like really get me invested into it.
Yeah.
But hopefully they take some of the ideas that I really did like in Pokemon Sword and Shield and work them into this game. I don't know what the big gimmick is for this game though. Like Sword and Shield had the Gigantamaxing. Before that, we had like Z moves. Before that, we had Ultra Evolution. So I wonder what the gimmick is for this game.
There's two professors.
Yeah, there is. I don't know how that works though. Are they just both like different storylines, or are they tied to separate versions of the game?
Probably each version of the game is a different
That's what I'm thinking.
one. I don't know. It's Pokemon.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah, it's Pokemon. They haven't shown off quite enough of it yet to get me really excited, but I do think it is a good step in the right direction in terms of like performance and gameplay. It looks more open than Sword and Shield was, because Sword and Shield is basically like if you had boiled Sword and Shield down to like its very base elements, that same experience could have been replicated on like the Game Boy Color, honestly. Because it's the same experience, the same level design. The wild areas were cool ideas, but the whole game had been like that, it would have been a lot more interesting. And it looks like that's what this is trying to do. Like the whole game is trying to be like that wild area stuff from Sword and Shield with like this huge open map with Pokemon you can actually see in the distance. If the whole game's like that, that'll be really cool. I can't wait to see that. But
yeah.
remember when Arceus got announced, everyone's like, "Oh, this is what Pokemon's going to be in the future," and I'm like, "No, just wait." They release a new Pokemon game every year. Arceus is a spinoff. The next Pokemon game is not going to play like Arceus. The next mainline game is not going to be Arceus, and I was right. Look at this. I was right. But they are doing more of the open world stuff that I did like in Sword and Shield. So hopefully we'll see that'll be the big difference with this game. But I'm gonna wait until I see some more gameplay on it. I'll probably end up buying it day one because I suck like that, but we'll see what else they show off. I want to see what the gimmick is for this game because every game's got a gimmick. I want to see what the gimmick is in this game if it's something that's actually worth looking at. Next trailer, we got a trailer for Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, which is a remake of the second Destroy All Humans game. Those of you guys who don't know, Destroy All Humans was a very popular open world action game where you play as an alien coming to take over the Earth. The first game got a remake, what, like 2, 3 years back? I want to say.
I thought it was sooner than that. I thought it was like a year or 2 years at
Is
the
it really?
most.
Hold on, I'm Googling.
This is the one I remember though, the second game.
I never played any of them, so I think the first one's on Game Pass though, isn't it? Or am I making that up?
It might be.
Hold on, I'm Googling right now.
I remember there's a character called Coyote Bongwater. Um,
What?
yeah,
That name is awesome. Coyote
yeah,
Bongwater?
yeah.
That name is awesome. That's a great fucking name. But yeah, I just looked it up. The first Destroy All Humans remake came out in 2020. So yeah, like 2 years ago. And this sequel is set to come out this year, August 2022.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. That is awesome. Now's a great time to get into those games now. Like, yeah, the first Destroy All Humans is on Game Pass. I'm gonna download that now. Give that a shot later. I never played them. I've heard they're great, so it'll be a good chance
Yeah,
to
they're
get into
fun.
them. That's what everyone tells me. Downloading it right now. We got some game releases, man. These are all pulled from Wikipedia for the utmost accuracy.
Yep.
June 8th, we got Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords coming to Nintendo Switch, which is awesome. I love me some Knights of the Old Republic. The first one came out on Switch earlier this year. It's gonna be really cool to see the sequel dropping for Switch as well. So that's great. You can check that out this month, June 8th. So like not even a week from now, you'll be getting that game.
$15.
We all $15. Yeah, $15 for Switch. I think it's
Good
like
price.
$20 on Steam, so not a bad deal. Cycle Frontier is also set to drop June 8th on PC. It's a free-to-play PvPvE extraction shooter. According to the description here, it's driven by suspense and danger. Prospect for resources and other riches on an abandoned alien world ravaged by a deadly storm. I've heard nothing about this game until now. I didn't even know this game existed until now. So, someone's got to do better at their marketing, but I mean, we'll see when it comes out. It's free to play, so might be worth at least checking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, on June 9th, we got Even If Tempest releasing on Nintendo Switch. This is a visual novel. So there you go. If you like visual novels, here's another one to look at. I'm not a big fan of visual novels, honestly. Never really got into them. They're not my cup of tea.
$50 for
I'm
this.
looking at $50 for this. I'm looking at the trailer on the Switch eShop right now, and it's like all in Japanese, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. Is there another trailer that's in English at least?
It's a visual novel, so
Yeah, but it's not telling me what it's about. Like,
tarot cards.
yeah. All right. So I mean, it's a visual novel. It's not my cup of tea, but those of you who like visual novels, there's a new one for you to check out. June 9th, we also got Tour de France 22 dropping on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. I didn't know Tour de France was getting a game.
They have several of them.
Do they? I did not
Yeah.
know that at all.
They come out every year, I think. Nobody plays them, but they make them.
That's crazy. Yep, there it is. Tour de France 21, 20. Wow. Okay. That's a thing that exists. I mean, there you go. If you absolutely have to, if you're a big enough Tour de France fan to buy a video game, there you go.
This looks so bad. Like
Yeah.
not it doesn't look bad, but like it looks like not a real video game. It looks like It looks like, you know how
Like
when
when
you
you
watch a
watch a
movie?
movie or a TV show and there's a
Yeah.
video game playing in the background. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what this looks like. That's like exactly what this looks like. On June 10th, we got Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Hinokami Chronicles coming out on Nintendo Switch. This game already came out on most major systems,
Yeah.
so it's cool to see it coming out on PC. I'm not a big fan of Demon Slayer, honestly. I understand it's a really popular series, but I'm not a huge fan of it. But this gameplay looks pretty decent though. Like I thought it was gonna be like an art like a an arena fighter, but it looks like an actual like action adventure game. Actually, no, this might just be an arena fighter. I don't know what this is.
I think it is an arena fighter.
Yeah, because all the combat I'm seeing is like 1v1 or 1v2. I'm not seeing like, mobs that you're fighting.
It has sections where you can like run around though.
Yeah, okay, so that's kind of interesting. But that's dropping on Switch, so if you want to pick that up, it's $60. So have fun paying that. Mario Strikers Battle League is also coming out that same day. I forgot this was happening, honestly. But this looks dope. Like, why does Mario Strikers have such like an aggressive like style to it? You know what I mean?
Fighter fucking
Like Mario Strikers has like a very aggressive like kind of edge to it that I was not expecting from a Mario game.
soccer is the most aggressive sport there is.
Really?
I don't really follow sports, but yeah, soccer's aggressive as fuck.
But I mean, look at like how like violent the game is though. Like Luigi got I was watching a trailer now, Luigi got tossed into like an electric fence. And this is not like it's not like, Mario like basketball or like Mario tennis where characters like, oh, we're having fun. This is a fun, sports game with my friends. Like, no, these dudes are like fucking trying to hurt each other. Like they are winning by any means necessary in this game. Like you're just like scowling and like throwing elbows and shit. Like this is crazy. And it's all the striker games have been like that, right? They've all had this like really like edgy, like aggressiveness to them.
Yeah, the edges of the arena are like electrified.
Yeah, like the arenas are like electrified stuff. Like it's got
They're
this
trying to
like,
kill each other.
yeah, dude, this is what I'm saying. Like this isn't like a fun game of soccer with your friends. These dudes are like out for blood. And you got this team tackle system. You can knock like your teammate into some dudes. You can throw a motherfucker at another motherfucker. Like that's crazy, dude. Look at this shit. This is insane. This is nothing new. Like all the striker games have always been like this, but it's crazy seeing that like, in 2022, we're past like the days of video game edge. This is
But
Shadow
I
the
just
Hedgehog. We're past that now. We've
you
evolved
gotta do
past Shadow the
something.
Hedgehog.
You gotta do something to make a sports game fun. So there you go.
I mean, Mario's been able to do that with like, tennis and golf and stuff without having to
Yeah,
like
well, that's what I'm saying.
hurt each other. No, this is cool. Like I'm not dissing on it, but it reminds me of like a long, like bygone era of gaming where like all these like family friendly games are trying to be like really edgy and like rough, like Vex and Shadow the Hedgehog. This reminds me of that like era of gaming. Remember that?
Yeah, good old days.
Fucking Jack 2, Jack and Daxter 2.
Jack X.
Was it Jack X? That what it was called?
Yeah,
Yeah, back in the day when games had X's in their names. But no, this looks dope. Like, jokes aside, like, this looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna go out and buy it, but it looks cool. I'll wait till the reviews come in. We also got Metal Max Xeno Reborn I've never heard of this game, but I guess it's a remake of Metal Max Xeno, which is like a JRPG with tank combat.
Okay. Was that a shark on fucking in the sand?
Right? This game's got
Interesting.
like shit on it. Like this
Oh,
looks
I see.
crazy.
Love to
Is
see some
exactly
shit
what you're
like
saying. You're seeing
that.
an alien sand shark.
Yeah. This
I
looks like a
miss when
Vita
games
game.
were like dumb.
On PSP or Vita.
Yeah. I miss when games were like dumb. This looks cool as fuck. What is? I've never heard of this game before.
Hold
How much
on.
is it? It doesn't even tell me how much it costs just to add it to my wish list.
Hold on. They've got a cruise rhino
Rhino.
specialist here. Remind me to add this to the wish list.
Yeah.
There's a rhino with rockets on its back.
Oh, this reminds me of? It reminds me of, remember that Wii U game, Tank Tank Tank?
No.
Remember Tank Tank Tank? That's fine. No one remembers Tank Tank Tank. It reminds me of that, but like edgy. This game looks pretty cool, actually. Like, I never heard of this before. Looks
You can
dope.
get a dog on your team. Little
Yeah.
Shiba
Little
with
Shiba
a
Inu.
bulletproof vest.
Yeah. Little Shiba Inu. Okay, that looks cool. This game looks dope. Okay, this is a cool little game I'm glad I heard about. And now for something completely different. We got The Quarry that is dropping on June 10th. It's a Supermassive Games joint, if you guys don't know. Supermassive Games are the geniuses behind the Dark Pictures anthology. Little Hope, House of Ashes. What was their first one? Damn it. The Wendigo. You know what I'm talking about?
um,
Until Dawn?
Till
Yeah,
Dawn.
Until Dawn. I can't believe I forgot about that game. I had fun with Until Dawn. Like, jokes aside, I had a lot of fun with Until Dawn. I never played anything after that, but I had fun with it.